Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Honk honk, everyone. Guys, I have such a fun one for you today. Okay. Now I know you're scared. You're afraid I'm going to play more of the clips. Don't worry, I'm not going to. I already reacted to some of the clips from Meghan's speech at the Time 100 event. I mean, I'm not going to play any more of those clips, but I discovered something. That's right. You guys, okay, let me just show you. So, first of all, I'm Jen. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Please do make sure you're subscribed. I'm driving to that 200,000 mark. Make sure that thumbs up is hit because it really does. All those little things help me out. And can I just say a huge thank you for all of your love and support lately? You mean the whole world to me. Now let's take a look. Oh, also, thank you to John Witherspoon, friend of the channel. He and I sat down. I have a two-parter with him coming out very soon, probably the next 2 days, depending on what Harry and Meghan are doing. Look for that. It's so good. We answer so many of your questions and went through everything going on with Harry and Meghan lately. And he's great. So I'm very excited for you to see that. Check that out. Okay, now let's get into this, guys. So here we go. This is what I found. This is on the Time YouTube channel. Okay. And it's called Why Meghan is the Happiest She's Ever Been. All right, sure, Jan, sure. When you think of Meghan, do you guys think of happiness? No, me neither. Okay. So at the time of this recording, and I'm recording this in the middle of the night or early morning, Saturday morning. That's why I look and sound like this. But at the time of this recording, this video has 57,000 views, 1,600 thumbs up, 7,228 thumbs down. So you can see the numbers there. 1,619 thumbs up, 7,228 thumbs down. That's so funny. All right. Again, why Meghan is the happiest she's ever been. So what I thought we could do, guys, is take a look at some of these comments, have some laughs along the way, see what the mediocre mafia are up to, and just have a look-see, shall we? Thanks so much for being here. Look. All right. Starting with this comment here, it says, I believe the interviewer said, is there anything you can't do as a compliment to this horrible woman? There are so many things she can't do. She can't be sincere. She can't be authentic. She can't be, sorry, I love this person. She can't be kind. She can't care about others. She can't be honest. She can't be original. She can't stop focusing on herself. She can't be loving. I could go on, and then it cuts off. I love this person so much. This one just really made me laugh. I mean, feisty, and I'm here for it. So there's that one. Let's take a look at the next one. And do let me know your favorite in the comments below. That might already be my favorite. All right, there is this one that says, it's incredible how she manages to avoid answering every single question. Ding, ding, ding. Instead, she launches into these pre-prepared mini speeches that have nothing to do with what was actually asked. And somehow it's always about her. So we're seeing a common theme here, right? Where it's always about her. I absolutely agree. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's the podcast, if it's the Netflix show, whatever it is, if she has a guest on, if she's talking to somebody, she'll only do these interviews that are softballs anyway. But any situation like that, it's always going to be her own answer, and it's always about her. Okay, sure. Wow. Let's see here. Then we have this one that says oh, hello. I saw that. I was like, wait, what? Me? But I think they mean the Real Housewives show. One thing Real Housewives had told me after all these years of watching marriages break up on a reality show is that if you're saying you're the happiest you've ever been, you're basically lying. I think so too. Yeah, usually if you have to announce things like that, it's not good. The other things that the housewives do is anytime they renew vows, you know that things aren't working out. So any day now, I expect Harry and Meghan to say something like that they're going to renew their vows. Okay, then there's this one, which I will make bigger for you. It says, Time has lost all credibility by putting this grifter on the panel. Ding, ding, ding. I think so too. To which this minion says, you're consumed by hatred. This woman is a shining star of the royal family. Hello, bozo. She is no longer a part of the royal family. Name one member of the royal family that's as smart as Meghan. Oh my goodness gracious. Name any member of the royal family and I'll tell you why they're smarter than Meghan. Oh gosh, that is some blind following like I've never seen. Then we have this one that calls her CEO grifter who hasn't a clue. Save us the word salad. It's so funny to me on the last episode I pointed out she actually used the word salad and I thought again she's doing that with the Google and the algorithm and stuff. She wants it to sound like something she said publicly so that way if you Google word salad with her, it'll tie back to her. See what she's doing there? I'm on to you, Maggie Poo. I'm on to you. This one says there's a thunderstorm going on right now. You can probably hear it outside. Can this grifter make up her mind about what she's making, jam or spread? She said jam in this interview. Guys, I've noticed the same thing. She's told us over and over that anecdote about the amount of sugar and the amount of whatever makes it. Did you know that you can't call it jam and all this stuff? But yet, again, in this interview, she's referring to it as jam. But she keeps insisting spreads in other interviews. She cannot get her own story straight. I think that's hilarious as well. She doesn't know what the product is. I mean, lucky for her, she doesn't really need to learn it because she sold a couple of them, it looks like, and then won't restock it. I think that's hilarious. All this time to make jam and it's just, yeah, this is where we're at. Okay. Then we have this one that says time. Why on earth would you give this narcissistic grifter any time? She's a loser. The only thing she found was gullible husband that happened to be royal. Very disappointed in you, time. Yeah. I mean, anybody like time or people or anybody like this that, of course, Oprah, and I was thinking, was it today that anybody like this that puts Meghan at the forefront, it, I'm good. I'm good on your credibility. I'm good on all that. I don't need to be, yeah, no, thank you on time. I used to look at People magazine once in a while, like if I'm on an airplane or in a doctor's office, I won't even look at it anymore because I know now that it's complete garbage. So, hey, at least Meghan's taught me a few things, such as that. All right. So this one says it's crazy. I can make it bigger here. That it's crazy to think what Time magazine used to be. It's now more of a brand than any source of journalism, and you can buy your spot in front of the camera. So instead of hearing from the greats, the people who changed the world, there's a rich lady talking about how great she is. This is the world now, I guess. To which the next person said, it's quite shocking and disappointing at the same time. She's no lady, I'm afraid. I love that that's the part they're arguing with. Do you mean she's not great? She brought her lifestyle to the world. To which they said, Meghan, do yourself, your children, your husband a world of favor and grow up. What is the product she sold? How many items did she sell in 45 minutes? Interesting how she puts her hand on, her hand on none right after talking about this kind of, what? Right after talking about this kind of selling. Yeah, I can't make sense out of it either. It's weird that nothing has been, that I'm aware of, discussed about replenishing. It just seems to be allegedly, hypothetically, if I was coming at this, I might say this looks like a scam, or almost like a grift or a way to put in print, hey, look, I sold out. And then don't worry about replenishing. Could it be buying more time? Could it just be buying publicity? All the above? That's kind of what I assume. That's my opinion. All right. And then we have this one that says, who paused the video and came straight to the comments? I did. +1. And then somebody else is raising their hand. Okay. So then this person says, I've lived in the UK for 71 years. Oh, good for you. I love the UK. I'd live there. So I feel qualified on behalf of my 69 million countrymen and women to say, this is utter hollyhocks. That's a great word, hollyhocks. This is America. You can say it was bollocks. Bollocks is a great word too. Yeah, I love it. BS, whatever you want to say, any form of that, totally agree. That's really funny. All right. Thank you for keeping the comments open. Usually, is too fearful to leave the comments open because they're always 100% scathing. Now, I want Markle's a global laughing stock. Shout out to Princess Carparkle on Twitter. She's fantastic. She just had the best theory, and hers was, a lot of us have been maybe looking at this a little wrong. We assumed that Meghan had all the likes and the comments and stuff turned off, so that way we can't see how unpopular it is. And I do think it has to do talking about her Instagram. I may have said Twitter, but anyway, I do think it does have to do with that. She doesn't want you to see that. But the other thing that Princess Carparkle put forward is it has to do with brands and sponsorships. She wants to show that she has however many million followers. She doesn't want to show statistics about how many likes and stuff like that, because then she can't sell her brand. So she turns all that stuff off. And I thought, there's something to that. It's on YouTube, they call it engagement. Like companies would want to see your engagement to know how many people are actually clicking on your stuff or how long they're watching your thing, your videos and stuff like that. So it's all about engagement. So I bet you Princess Carparkle is probably right. But I do think this too. She won't do the interviews unless she's, in my opinion, it seems to be like these softball ones where she's got access to the questions, she won't do anything where the comments are left on. So it's so funny to me that I wonder if it was a mistake. I'm sure they'll be off soon enough, but I think that's funny that the time comments are still on at the time of this recording. Faith and Repentance. Hey, I know you. You're here on the channel. Hello. Hi, if you're watching, credit where credit's due, ? Tell that to the author whose book you plagiarize, allegedly, the country whose seal you use, and give back as ever to the New York company who started it and the rest of the people whose ideas you've taken and used with no credit. Woo! I like it. Good for you, Faith and Repentance. That's brilliant. And if you guys are like, what? I have a whole video on there where I talk about quotes and stuff that she yeah, you'll have to just take a look. She accidentally forgot to credit them or took credit for them, those kind of things. All right. And then this person says, why didn't the journalist ask about the Sussex squad bull group online? Hey, imagine that. It is crazy to me that nobody ever asked that. But again, she wouldn't do an interview where they could ask that. So, she has a group following, and no journalists asked her about it. How are they funded? That's what I want to know too. I'm telling you now, mark my words, that's going to be her downfall. Is this mediocre mafia of hers? I really think that's going to take her down, because if anybody can connect her to them, she's toast, because of all the horrible things she's done. And I think it's that plausible deniability where she tries to keep her hands clean. But if somebody can, I know she has pictures with them, but I'm saying if they can show pavement, money moving hands, I really think that would be a big, big deal. I do. All right, let's continue on. So this person's asking, why don't they ask her about it? How are they funded? Do they communicate with Harry and Meghan? I believe so. I feel like I've seen the pictures that kind of seem like that. And then I think it was the Sidley twins we're talking about that allegedly they wear like special badges at events so Meghan can find them easily. Unbelievable. After everything they've done, just to, not only not what's the word? I'm so tired. Denouncing the terrible things they've done, but instead letting encourage them to wear badges and stuff so she can recognize them. Okay, great. There's that. And again, they come after people that are. I've never just gone after Meghan and Harry for the funsies. I always have a purpose for what I'm talking about, and never on the attack of it all. There's a difference. There's lines I would never cross with like kids and medical things. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm saying, look at the difference. Most people, any of the YouTubers I work with or any of the guests that I have on tend to fall in the same camp. We're not going after these people. We just call out, sorry, that's really loud thunder. We call out the things that they're doing that are awful behaviors. There's a difference. Not the mediocre the mediocre mafia. I personally have tried to been doxxed by them. I know Taz has been terrorized by them. Lots of horror stories going around. It's just what a difference. And yet they say we're the bad ones. Jeez. All right. And then we have this one here that says, love the conversation between these two fantastic ladies. Oh, we must have a mediocre mafia member. HRH Meghan. She's not HRH. Meghan Sussex is a woman who our young women today need to hear. Why do they need to hear them? What is she possibly saying that young women today need to hear? And listen to the dangers of the British royal family. I'm sorry, the only dangerous ones are the squad members and Meghan and Harry. What are we talking about? The derangers. Oh my God, that's what they call us, by the way. Are so jealous, I think you mean envious, because they have no one on the island that comes close to her intelligence. Isn't that hilarious? If you think she's the smartest one over there, seriously, that says more about your intelligence than anything else. She can't even keep her story straight. Go back. That's the part. There's so many things I don't understand how you justify. She cannot keep her story straight. You can go back to these interviews and pinpoint specific lies. Like go to that Oprah interview and ask the hard questions and try to make that make sense. You can't. You cannot. You can pinpoint times where she specifically lied. Same with Harry. I'm not letting that doofus off, but I'm saying like pick anything like the royal family being the Istwards. And then he backpedals and he says, oh, I didn't say that. We didn't say that. The press said that. The media said that. Oh my God, they cannot keep their story straight. So let's hear what you have to say. Make yourself seem as smart as Harry and Meghan do with this comment. But yeah, continuing on, it says, because no one on the island comes close to her intelligence, smartness, okay, brilliance. Again, okay. You're not doing yourself any favors, sugar. Just look at that. Brilliance. BRIL. Speaking skills. How are your speaking skills? Oh, and beauty. Okay. That comes close to her. Let's see. It doesn't, that can come close to her. Again, just reread that sentence. They've already said comes close twice to her. Bidda, bidda, bidda. Well done, ladies, in time 100. Oh, man. That one gave me a headache just to read. Madame Duchess HRH. You don't even use her title, right? That's not her name. Everything is mistyped or misspelled or misused in the sentence. So you keep on. Yep, just like your role model there. Has she sued the Hollywood Reporter yet for all those accusations of the bullword? Interesting, right? She hasn't. Could that mean that they're onto something? She also didn't sue, that I'm aware of, Tom Bauer for revenge. He said a lot of the same stuff that the Hollywood Reporter said. He actually elaborated on a lot of that stuff. Didn't go after that. Didn't go after Lady C either. Or Valentine Lowe, who wrote Courteous. Interesting, right? It's almost like they were onto something. Just saying. All right. Oh, God. Here we go. Ready? You're going to lose some IQ points with this one. The only royals I love, Prince Harry, Princess Meghan. Okay, that's not her name. That's not her name, but okay. Love wins. Remember, that's something that Meghan had written before, which I find very funny because that actually is associated with specific causes, but Meghan likes to attach her name to things like that and just hope for the best. The only ones falling for it are her idiot squad members. I just find that very funny. I am a Sussex supporter. Okay. But if you write it in all caps, does that make it more true? For life and thereafter. Ooh. So in the afterlife, she's a Sussex supporter. Okay, sure. So when you're about to pass on to that great beyond, that's what you're going to be thinking about. That tells me a lot about you. All right. I'm sure Harry and Meghan are thinking about you the same amount. No, they're not. I always say, and I'd like to put in right here too. I'd like any of these. Listen, you can like who you want to like. I'd like any of these Sussex supporters to go work for Harry and Meghan for 1 hour. work for Meghan for an hour. See if you're still as big of a supporter. She can't know that you're a supporter of hers. Just go work for her for an hour. See how that goes. See if you're still a supporter. Then it won't go very well. I'm guessing you change your tune. The turnover rate there is pretty bad. All right. So then we have Meghan shining bright like a diamond. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Great. I'm so glad that Duchess Meghan has finally found her peace. Okay. Is this Meghan having her peace? Is it? Because no, she does. She only makes money by complaining about the royal family. I find that very funny. So this is her piece. And genuinely happy. Oh, you know that, do you? Okay. She looks genuinely happy constantly when she goes on these faux royal tours. They're not royal. These faux tours that she does. She looks genuinely happy. I really enjoyed her interview and look forward to seeing all of her future endeavors. Okay. I really like her newest podcast. Oh, goodness gracious. Why? That's the thing. Like, I'm not even trying to be combative. I would genuinely like to know why. Why do you like her podcast? Because I can't figure out a reason. Why would you like her podcast? It's truly terrible. You don't learn anything. It's supposed to be about female founders, but Meghan can't stop making it about Meghan. She turns it back. She turns it back around to herself. So, what could you possibly enjoy about it? It's just word salad. Is it like your nap time? Is that what it is? And it helps you fall asleep? Because that's all I got. All right. And then we have this one that says Meghan says that this is the happiest she's ever been because she lives in her own made up world of delusion that does not include all the, you can read that word, she served to his family, to her own family, to her friends, and to her staff. Meghan Markle, you can see that word, people with love and with a psychotic smile. I think that is so funny. And I like this person's name, Titi Kaka. Yeah, I think it's I got told I say spot on too much. So I'm gonna try to change that. I think that's bang on. I think they're onto something with this. All right. This person says, so all she did for her as never products was pick out the packaging. So what's funny about that is with the pack, yes, that's what I think too. That's what I got from this. But have you seen the packaging? It's on kind of crazy, right? And it's bubbled up and it's not quite right. People keep talking about even the packaging is messed up on this stuff. You had one job and it doesn't seem like, in my opinion, that many products were moved. Yes, you're claiming to be sold out, but it doesn't sound like there were a ton of products to begin with, so you can claim you're sold out. So, how do you get it that wrong? I don't know. Only Meghan. So, all she did for, okay, I said that. So, that's all she's talked about. Yes, that is wild to me. That is all she's talked about. So, it's not very much thought, it doesn't seem, into the product itself. It's more about the packaging, the superficial look of things. Hey, where have we heard that constantly? Constantly. Typical narc, public image and presentation only. Inside product is nasty and vile. Dun, dun, dun. This person says, shame on you, Time. There are so many actual influential people who are doing so much good in the world. Meghan wasted a huge platform and opportunity to make a difference. All that money and fame to feed her ego. Ding, ding, ding. I think so too. I think so too. Goodness gracious, guys. I'm going to leave this here. You got to let me know your thoughts on all this. Can you believe it? I just can't with this shit. It's not even that I'm surprised. It's just more BS out of the mediocre mafia. It really is. I have noticed that the comments have died down quite a bit from them, but how do I say this? Let's see. I can't prove that they're bought and paid for, but it sure seems like it because it's no longer behooves her to go after like channels like mine. Instead, what helps her is to go after comments like this and to boost her comments. So if she noticed, hypothetically, like something like Time has a huge ratio, let me show you again. A huge skewed ratio such as this, it would hypothetically behoove her to unleash the bots all of a sudden and have them go after people and try to change these numbers because this doesn't look good, does it? 1,600 thumbs up to 7,200 thumbs down at the time of this recording. So, hypothetically, allegedly, it would behoove her if she had some affiliation to bots, then it would behoove her to turn them loose on something like this to skew those numbers. Just saying. It'll be interesting to watch. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Let me know your thoughts. Wow, this was fun. Let me know your thoughts on all this. I promise not to shout them out. I'm not shouting you out. I'm not saying any names. I'm just pointing and smiling. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense to me. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate this. Can I just say a huge thank you? I have shared in the last couple of days some pretty extreme weight loss photos and my weight loss journey, and I've been opening up more about it, and the response has just been absolutely incredible. You mean the world to me. You truly do. You have been the most supportive flock. So in case you don't know, I've shared it. I keep sharing it. I've lost a significant amount of weight. I've talked about it. I'm going to share, I hate the word journey because of Meghan, but I don't know how else to say it. The journey of how the steps I took to get there, what worked for me, what didn't. I'm not going to give medical advice clearly, but I can tell you my opinion on things. And I don't know. I think we should just support each other. So if you are interested in that, I'll put the link to my second channel in the comments, but it's at Goose Adventure. It's got a pink goose on it. I'm in the middle of updating that channel. Content will be up there very soon. Right now, it's just travel stuff from before, but I'm going to be updating that. So do follow that if you don't mind, because I look forward to sharing that stuff with you and having a nice community where we can flock around with each other and share, just support each other, right? Kind of like we do here on this channel. We support each other here. We'll support each other there. But I want to sincerely and truly thank you all for all of your kindness, all of your kind words. It means the world to me. It really does. Thank you for everything. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you, those who shall not be named. You mean the world to me. Do check back lots as they do more crazy things. I'll talk about it. I do have the two-parter with John Witherspoon coming up probably tomorrow. I say it like that because sometimes I have to move things. And as soon as I announce for sure tomorrow, something will happen. But I'm pretty sure it's going to start tomorrow. It's going to be the next 2 days. I'm very excited for you to see that. As always, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to further support the show, let me tell you how to do it. There's several ways. You can definitely check out the merch. Everything's fine. You have to say that through gritted teeth, a la Kermit, like me. So there's everything's fine merch. Check that out if you're the least bit interested. I have Team Catherine merch. I have all kinds of stuff. Honk honk, Drunk Goose Club, all that stuff. Check it out. And let's see what else. If you want more content, I have Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Yes, it's my old name, but it's all new stuff. So much, not all new stuff. I have tons of new stuff, tons of stuff that's been there for a while. I have hundreds of bonus content videos over there. So check that out. I recap the whole of Sex and the City if you want to check that out as well. I keep saying check that out. I'm very tired. It's the middle of the night. I have tons of recaps, tons of bonus material, tons of deep dives. Check that. Go see that if you're interested. I'd like to thank my executive producer, Geese and Ganders. You're lovely. You're so supportive. You're wonderful. I thank you guys so much. All right. It's been a whirlwind. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you. And I cannot wait to bring you more stuff like this. And I've been asking questions at the end to see who's still here with me. So what questions shall we ask? Let's see. How about, what's a fun one? I don't know. If you were going to put something on a shelf behind me, what would it be and why? You can leave that in the comments. What would it be and why? Some people like to just write things without context because it's funny for people to go, what? Why is everybody? One time I asked, like, what's your favorite dessert? And everybody put, like, cheesecake, chocolate cake, mousse with no context. And people were very confused. So the question for today is, what would you put on a shelf behind me and why? It can be anything in the world. It could be something you want to shrink down to put on a shelf behind me. It could be something you want to blow up so we can see it on the shelf behind me. What would you put on a shelf behind me and why? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you so much. I truly do. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. If there's something else you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments as well. I'm open to your suggestions. And yeah. All right. I'll talk. That is thunder. It's storming so bad here. Again, thank you for everything. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Again, this is the middle of the night and I'm recording. That's why I look very tired. I put on makeup, but you can still see tired. Don't look too closely. Okay, bye.